We go to Nashville, no, not for country music, for some good old-fashioned memory holing.
What?
Remember the Nashville shooter, Audrey Hale, mental illness, goes in, shoots up the place, kills 6 people, including 3 kids?
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Fuck!
Well, it turns out she had a manifesto, a diary, if you will, of her exploits.
You're kidding.
Can we see it? No.
Total bullshit.
Fast forward 1 year later, a judge has come out and says the manifesto cannot be released because it's been given to the victims' families.
Fucking thing sucks.
I'm Jazz Berganzo, and this...
I don't know what that means.
It's What's Next. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Jazz Berganzo, What's Next? Your daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Monday. And of course, as always, new week, new shenanigans, and new bullshit. Let's tap the memory bank, shall we? Let's go back into that Rolodex. Let's go way, way, way back. Take a trip in the way back to a little over a year ago, in a segment I like to call, It's Done, Forget About It. Remember the Nashville shooter? Audrey Hale, mental illness, thought, she was a dude, walks into a Christian school, shoots up the place, kills 6 people, including 3 kids. Well, what might have gotten forgotten is that she had a manifesto, a diary, if you will, of her exploits, basically writing out how she felt and also her plan to shoot up the place, a school where she formerly went to. Well, we were supposed to see a book. We were supposed to see that diary. We were supposed to see pages of these exploits. And guess what? Never materialized. Never happened until one Steven Crowder, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But recently, a judge has just come out and says the manifesto cannot be released to the public because it's been given to the victims' families. As I scratch my head, it can't be released. Why? And here we go. This comes out of valuetainment.com. Judge blocks release of Covenant school shooters' writings, saying victims' families hold copyright. Didn't know this was Hollywood. Anyway, Davidson County Judge Aisha Myers ruled on Thursday that the writings of a trans-mental Covenant school shooter, Audrey Hale, cannot be released publicly because the families of the victims hold a copyright on the documents. In the aftermath of the 23 shooting that claimed the lives of 3 9-year-old students and 3 school administrators, police discovered extensive writings of Hale's vehicle and home. As part of a concerted effort to keep the contents of these documents classified, i.e. memory hold, Hale's parents transferred ownership of the documents to the families of the victims, giving them the right to decide what to be done with them. In their intervening time, select portions of the manifesto have leaked to the public with podcast host Steven Crowder. Oh yes, and like I said, I'll get to him later. Conclusively proving that Hale wanted to target little crackers with white privilege. Additional reporting from the Tennessee Star found that Hale's fantasized about having a, quote, imaginary penis, ranted about her conservative religious parents, and has been receiving psychological counseling for nearly 2 decades. Both sources were threatened with legal action for their disclosures with the FBI, Nashville Metro Police Department, and the families of the victims' families of the victims fighting to keep documents under wraps. But guess what? No, they're out for everyone to see. Multiple parties, including the Star, Tennessee Firearms Association, Ted Tennessean, Republican State Legislator Todd Garnhire, and the National Police Association, have filed lawsuits against the city of Nashville to gain access to the documents, but the copyright claim from Hale's parents blocked any disclosure. In her ruling, just before midnight on Thursday, of course, Judge Myers determined that the copyright provides an exception to the Tennessee Public Records Act, allowing the documents to remain sealed. So you're telling me you can't use the federal, Information Act? Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I completely forgot. It'll come to me. Based upon a Supreme Clause and conflict preemption, the Federal Copyright Act serves as a valid exemption to the Tennessee Public Records Act and thus preempts the disclosure of any original work of authorship from any form created by the assailant, which has been collected by the respondent Metro, Miles Road. The release of the remaining documents, which are not original, derivative, or compilation works created by the assailant, is further constrained by the exceptions of disclosure set forth by the General Assembly. Basically saying that what Crowder has is not the real deal. No, he's got receipts. She continued writing that during the pendency of this investigation, any legal proceedings thereafter, the investigative files of the police and materials therein are not available. Yes, a lot of mumbo jumbo. Under this ruling, police need not disclose any materials that are in open investigative file, are relevant, and any pending or contemplated criminal action until such investigation or any collateral criminal proceedings are complete. Again, more mumbo jumbo. Following the ruling, Tennessee Star editor-in-chief Patrick Leahy vowed to appeal the decision. Quote, the judge has erroneously accepted the dubious copyright claim made by interviewers who should not have been allowed to intervene in the case in the first place, he said. The judge's ruling is clearly not in the public interest and is subversion of the intent of the Tennessee Public Records Act. We will absolutely appeal. Oh, it will be appealed, and more than likely it will go to the state Supreme Court. But we go from that to this. Speaking of Steven Crowder, November of 23, they obtained exclusive access to National Covenant Shooters Manifesto. Breaking, National Trans-Manifesto shooter manifesto leaked. I hope I have a high death count. Shooter specifically targets students with white privilege and was ready to die. Louder with Crowder has exclusively obtained 3 pages of Nashville shooters Audrey Hale's alleged manifesto. Hale, a transmental 28-year-old woman going by the name of Aiden, entered the Covenant School on March 27th and 23 in Green Hills, Tennessee, killing 6 before being shot and killed by responding officers. The manifesto detailed thoughts Hale's leading up to what was referred to as a death day, as well as a timeline in which the shooting will take place. Hale, can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm ready. I hope my victims aren't. Hale, I hope I have a high death count. Hale, kill those kids. Hale, going to fancy private schools with those fancy khakis, sports backpacks with their daddies, Mustangs, and convertibles. Hale, want to kill all you little crackers, bunch of little fags with your white privileges. Hale, there were several times I could have been caught, especially back in the summer of 21. Hale, it might be 10 minutes tops, might be 3 to 7. It's gonna go quick. I think the judge's ruling is idiotic. It's stupid. To have people, to have the Hale family give to give this manifesto to the victims' families, I think was stupid and ignorant. The fact of the matter is, and again, for the victim families to hold on to this, I think it's dumb as well. The fact that there should have never been any intervening between the two parties. This is an investigative report, and it should have been released once Hale was shot and killed. Sorry. And the fact of the matter is that, well, we can't release this. This is the Copyrights Act and blah, 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 blah. Well, what is it? The federal, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's right on the tip of my tongue. The Information Act, that you can actually file to have documents unsealed or released. And I'm sure that they will do such in regards to their appeal. But with Crowder, he brought the receipts. These are the actual pages from the manifesto that were leaked to him and him solely. So much so, if they were fake, if they were not real, if they were, made up, why would the Tennessee Metro and the FBI be involved in trying to silence Crowder in regards to these leaked pages? Could they be, I don't know, real? Yeah, you bet. But at the end of the day, it was a dumb decision by the judge. Very, very dumb and very ignorant of her to use the Copyright Act on something that was transferred hands between one party to another party without actual documentation written down stating, I received this. Nothing. Because that's how Hollywood does it. That's how, you and I do it. If we transfer property from one to another, there's got to be documentation stating, hey, I gave this property over to you as a gift. I gave this property to you. I sold this property to you. Here is the contract. Here's the document stating such. There's nothing. It's just saying, I gave it to you, so that means the copyright is in effect. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. And more than likely, this ruling will be overturned. And with that being said, I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it, hit the notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Oh, and one other thing. We all know why the damn manifesto was, memory hold. Because she has a mental illness. She thought she was a he. She thought she was trans. And I'm sorry, but we can't attack the trans people because that would make us bigots. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.